My husband of 2 years cheated on me, and I got the most bittersweet revenge. Part 1. My ex-husband and I got married 3 years ago. We were both very young and new to adult life when we got engaged after we graduated high school. We had been together since 11th grade. Our friends and family always complimented how well we worked together, and we took pride in our mature and loving relationship even when we were teenagers. We never spent a night away from each other when we got our first apartment at 21 and 20. We had a rule: never go to sleep angry. Always resolve any issues before going to sleep. And that worked for us, so I thought. It is important to note that we come from very different backgrounds. My ex-husband grew up with middle-class parents and had 2 brothers and 2 sisters. He was the youngest. He has always been very popular and athletic. My parents split up when I was 4, and I moved in with just my dad. I was an only child and I was homeschooled until high school. I met Milo, my ex-husband, the first day of 10th grade, and we instantly hit it off. This all ties into the events that took place nearly a year ago. One night in May, me and Milo got into an argument that had to do with me being careless with my money. Milo was upset with me for spending funds I was planning on putting toward another vehicle on buying him rather expensive birthday gifts. Of course, I was apologetic yet still felt like I had the right to spend my money however I pleased. The argument was necessary and both sides were reasonable in my opinion. That night, we had settled down for bed and I began to forget about the whole thing. At around 2 a.m., I woke up in a cold sweat after having a nightmare. I rolled around, still in and out of consciousness, and stretched my arm out to grab my husband for comfort. This wasn't out of the ordinary. What was out of the ordinary, though, is that my husband was not there. The light to our bathroom was off and the door was open. I didn't hear him down the hall. I instantly turned on the light and got up. I walked to our living room and peered out the window, realizing our car was gone. I called him a few times in hope of reaching him and finding out where he went, but they went to voicemail. I then just sat on the couch and drank some coffee to keep myself awake until he came home. At 4:30 in the morning, I saw headlights in the reflection of my TV. I patiently waited for Milo to walk through the door. It took nearly 5 minutes of continuous banging around and keys jangling for him to waltz back into our apartment. He was completely wasted. He had lipstick up and down his face and neck, and his pants were unbuttoned and unzipped. Milo has never gone out without my knowledge and has definitely never gotten this drunk. The conversation that followed went something like this. Milo, what the hell are you doing? What the fuck do you have all over you? Baby. Go back to bed. Tell me where you were and who you were with. Go back to bed, now. He was progressively getting angrier and angrier and wouldn't answer any of my questions. He was slurring his words and I was getting scared for my safety. It took almost an hour to get the whole story, but he admitted that he hadn't gotten over our argument and he felt sad that we lost our connection. He went out with his friends to a bar where he met a girl named Sarah, or Sasha, he can't remember, and they hooked up. He started crying and telling me he had only done it because he was pretending it was me and he needed affection.